Perhaps you've heard or read about silent searching. Well, your scorpion is certainly capable of this. Except Charles Garrett really doesn't think it's the best way to hunt for gold nuggets or anything else. He believes that you'll consistently miss faint signals with the detector operating silently. If you insist on hunting with no sound coming from your detector, first, turn the audio control to slight sound and then just into the silent zone. If you should ever fail to hear any sound for several seconds, check the audio to make certain your detector is operating properly. Now that the scorpion is turned on and its audio is set, the next major control to consider is the master control switch. It's the toggle switch labeled Mode at the bottom of the control panel. You'll use this switch to determine in which of the three modes your detector is operating. Let's now demonstrate the three modes by bench testing your new detector. First of all, set your detector down on a bench or the floor. Just make certain it's a non-metallic surface. Press the switch to the right for the Discriminate mode, which offers automatic ground balancing and is designed for coin or beach hunting and general searching. With the Discrimination dial set at 0, you'll detect all metal targets. When we're in the Discriminate mode, it's necessary for the coil to be moving slightly for detection to occur. Now, bring various metallic targets across the bottom of the search coil at a distance of about 2 inches. Each target will cause the sound to increase. You will also want to test various rocks and ore samples while in the Discriminate mode. When the Discrimination control is set at 0, it is at the absolute tuning point between metal and mineral. Any sound from a target will indicate the presence of some conductive metal. Now, let's rotate the control to 5.5. Pass some of the same targets across the search coil. This matter of how much discrimination to use is somewhat of a trial and error matter, and it will depend on how well you understand your detector and the conditions where you're hunting. You'll notice that there still doesn't seem to be much difference in sound, although you can hear that the small nail doesn't give as much of a response now. At the 7 setting, we notice some big differences. We still get a good sound from a quarter, a nugget, and a large gold ring. But we get no sound from the small nail. Now, let's raise it just a fraction to 7.2 and notice a great difference. The conductivity of nickels and some small rings just isn't great enough to cause the detector to respond when discrimination is set at a high number. At this setting, even pull tabs will be rejected. Notice that a quarter still gives a nice signal. Also, a large gold ring and gold ore. Practice with the various targets and observe how they respond at the different settings. These bench test exercises are meant to help you understand your detector better. Learn as much as you can about your new detector before you take it into the field. When you move the mode toggle switch to the center, you're in the TR Discriminate mode, which is primarily intended for ore sampling and testing metal samples. Use this mode only when you're actively hunting for gold nuggets or some other precious metal. Well, now you're familiar with the 2 Discriminate modes. Let's flip the mode toggle switch to the left to activate the Deep-Seeking All Metal mode, which requires manual ground balancing. In this mode, your scorpion will respond with an increase in sound to the presence of any metal or conductive mineral target beneath its search coil. For maximum depth and best operation when prospecting or searching mineralized ground, always operate in the deep-seeking all-metal mode. The other two controls on the panel, the auto-manual tuning toggle switch and the retune button, are concerned with tuning the audio sound of the detector, and you'll have no use for them unless you're hunting in the deep-seeking all-metal mode or using the TR Discriminate mode to test a target. We recommend that you make certain the tuning toggle switch is in the upward automatic position until you have a specific need for manual tuning. Let's rejoin Mr. Garrett and let him show you how minerals can cause problems when we're operating in the deep-seeking all-metal mode. But they can be balanced or canceled out through your detector's precision circuitry. Just watch carefully, and Mr. Garrett will show you just how easy it is to ground balance your new scorpion.
When using the all-metal, non-motion mode, you may need to ground balance the metal detector to the soil. It's a very simple procedure. Flip the switch or adjust the detector to operate in the all-metal, non-motion mode. Tune audio for faint sound. Lower the search coil toward the ground. Listen for the audio. It may increase, decrease, or remain steady. It increased. When the audio increases, you must decrease the ground balance control. Push the retune button, lower the coil. Still increasing. Decrease further the ground balance control. Push retune, lower the coil. Now the detector is ground balanced.
Continue this trial and error tuning process until there is no change or only a slight change when the search coil is lowered to the operating height. As you search in the deep-seeking all-metal mode, you should occasionally raise the search coil, then lower